guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've got 5 products, one of which I'm not even sure if it's a thing anymore, but I wanted to round it up to 5. And the first one that I'm going to start with, because you need super dry skin for this, is this liquid exfoliator from The Body Shop. It's called Drops of Youth Liquid Peel, and I think they do different versions of this, and this is just the one within the Drops of Youth line. I have spoken about this in other videos, but I want to show you in action because it blows my mind every single time. This is, I'll just show you, it's a gel and just a couple of pumps. Rub this into your skin, and this can be anywhere. I use this on my feet, use it on my body, anywhere. But when you rub it into your face, I don't know if you can tell already, but it kind of balls up. And I thought that this was a product that, you know, like sometimes if you've got a moisturizer and you rub it in too much and it creates those little balls, those like rolly bits. I thought basically that's what this was doing, and it was making a mockery of me. I thought that it was just like a scam, but look at these bits all over my hands. I have it on good authority that these are, at least in part, dead skin cells, and my skin does feel incredibly smooth afterwards. And the thing that completely sold me, I mean, it does really catch on the what is this called, like peach fuzz, although let's face it, it's full on facial hair at this point. I have like a lot of facial hair down here that you can't see because it's very light, but it gathers there, and it's a little bit difficult to get off. I have to kind of get a flannel against it, and it doesn't just wipe away like it does the rest of my skin, so bear that in mind if you do have facial hair. But the reason that I was sold on this is because when I rub around this area, I get a lot of these rolly bits come off. But if I rub around this area, usually this is the area where when I'm at it with a flannel or any kind of exfoliation, I start here, and this area usually is the least, I get the least bits off it because it's the smoothest, it gets the most exfoliation on a regular basis, and so there's got to be something to it, and my skin feels amazing when I've been using this like once a week. It's a little bit gross, but it definitely does something, and I would recommend you give it a go because it's a little bit magical. Another thing that's a little bit magical, but I'm not sure whether or not it really does anything for me, is this bubble mask from e.l.f. It's a hydrating bubble mask. I've used bubble masks before. This is kind of on the pricier side, but you get quite a lot in it. And I thought, again, I would show you it in action because it's one of those products that you kind of have to see it work. It's really fun, but I don't know whether it really is doing anything for my skin. I've tried different bubble masks and liked how my skin felt afterwards. With this one, it kind of just feels like nothing. Like, you have to wipe it away, obviously, because it's sticky initially, but it doesn't feel plump, or it doesn't feel smooth, it doesn't feel hydrated. So it's really difficult to tell whether or not it's actually doing anything. There are cats going crazy outside. I don't even know if this is gonna pick up on the camera, although I've also got the washing machine on, which is directly behind this wall, so noisy. The next thing I want to talk about, and I may show you this again in a second because I'm going to put some makeup on and this makes more sense, but this is makeup remover. I'm just going to kind of quickly spritz this on to get rid of this stuff that I've got on my face. Basically, it is a dissolving spray. I've mentioned this before. I've talked about how you're supposed to spray this into your hands or spray this onto a cotton pad. I'm sorry, but if there's a makeup dissolving spray, that is being sprayed directly onto my face, and I really enjoy using this. But like I say, I'll show you in action properly in a second. I really wanted to give these a go. These are what really inspired this video. And in my last Makeup Revolution video, I asked you whether or not you wanted me to see me do something with these. Probably try and apply makeup would make most sense. And you said yes, and so here we are. Okay, I've got a couple of different shapes, but I've just brought these ones down because I've just got foundation with me. I got the teardrop and the face base. And these are supposed to be silicone sponges, so they're supposed to replace your beauty blender. I know they've been around for a little bit. I've seen people love them, seen people hate them. I have given it a bit of a break, or them a bit of a break, by choosing a foundation that I know is really blendable on me. The Revlon Colour Stay. This is the combination oily and the colour is Sand Beige. This is really blendable for me. If, for example, I had been using it with like Fenty Beauty foundation, which I find to be not that blendable, I like it, but you have to work with it a little bit, and I definitely get some kind of residual little bits here and there that haven't blended very well, then I think it wouldn't be a fair test. So I'm giving it the best try that I can. What I have heard about this is, I have literally no idea how to even begin. Maybe I should have started with the teardrop one, but this said face base, so what I have heard about this is that there is zero product wastage, or very, very little product wastage compared to most. And what I'm thinking for me is I could really enjoy using these, because this is kind of like replacing my hand. And those of you that have watched me for a long time will know I really enjoy applying foundation with my hand. I'm just realizing I have no proper mirror. This makes no sense. I'm going to use my phone camera. And so for those of you that really enjoy using a proper sponge, or let's say brushes or whatever, maybe it wouldn't be for you. But maybe if you like applying foundation with your fingertips, maybe this is the kind of product that was made for us. I'm actually not hating it. I'm going to use a little bit more, and I'm going to apply it with the teardrop one, because I feel like I need this little edge bit to get around my eyes and things. Now, do you use it this way or this way? I think this way. I'm going to use it the way that hasn't got the shape to it, the way that hasn't got the writing on it. I really didn't think I was going to like this. I thought this was going to be one of those things that was like, no, this is crazy, like this is too cool and trendy for me, but I'm kind of getting it. And I hadn't really thought of the comparison with using your fingertips and using the silicone blenders until I started using it, and I thought, oh, of course. I just thought this is never going to blend. I mean, it's not easy, and although you don't use as much product in theory, I do feel like I use less product with the brush, because the brush still retains a little bit, and I don't want a really heavy coverage, and so it kind of manages to still have a little bit on it when I'm trying to blend down my neck and stuff, and I didn't feel like I could do that with this product. I think I would get a heavy coverage with this than I would with using my fingertips normally, because they'd have the heat, and I just feel like I could blend it a little bit better, or with a brush. But if you are used to using your fingertips, this might not be a terrible thing. I am genuinely surprised, because I really didn't think that was going to be for me. Okay, moving back to the makeup dissolving spray. So how I use it, I spritz, spritz, spritz. I think on the back somewhere it says to shake it. Does it say to shake it? No, it does not. This powerful yet gentle spray dissolves waterproof makeup, no rubbing or tugging on delicate skin, oil-free. Only 3 ingredients include conditioning, vitamin E. Okay, so what are the ingredients? I don't know. It's weird that it says that it's oil-free, because it feels so oily, incredibly oily. If you like an oil cleanser, but you are prone to breakouts and sometimes they can be a little bit too heavy for you, which is definitely me, this stuff is amazing. I've really, really enjoyed using it. I literally use it like this every single day. Spritz, 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 massage, 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 and then a hot cloth to remove it. And then I'll use a gel cleanser or something if I want to, but if it's nighttime, I tend not to. I tend to kind of just leave it at that. I know double cleanse, and this is just removing my makeup, but let's be honest, I don't always do that. But I've really enjoyed using this. It's mental to me that it's not oily though, because that is oily. What I think it's very, very similar to in texture is a regular eye makeup remover, you know, the duo phase ones, which is why I thought maybe you had to shake it up. I think what I would do, because this is quite expensive, when it's run out, I'm gonna get something that says it's oil-free, replace this, because the spritzer is amazing, just basically put it inside this bottle, use it for a month and see whether or not I see any difference, because if not, I think you could just get a spray bottle and use a really, really cheap makeup remover. Since it's not an oil, yeah, okay, it's got some vitamin E in it, but you could probably get something much cheaper that does the same thing. It's really the spritzy thing that has me sold on this, because then I'm able to spritz, spritz, easy, easy. It just makes it quicker. So I told you there was one product that I wasn't sure whether or not it was still available, and I did just check this, and the Mega Effects Mascara by Avon is still available. I know that I blogged about this possibly years ago now, and will have mentioned this in some videos, but I wanted to include it because, like I say, I wanted a 5, and I felt like this was one of the only really weird beauty products that I had that was makeup. I'm sure there are more. You know, when you, well, you probably don't, but when I come to make these videos, I come and sit down and I'm like, I know there was something, like I'll have ideas in the middle of the night and wake up and think, what was that idea? And later on, I'll find all these different things that would have fit in really well with this video, and fingers crossed I find more, because I've really enjoyed making this little quick fire, tried and tested style format. But I couldn't think of anything, and so when I saw this, I thought I'm gonna include it. I just checked, and it is still available. So this is a weird mascara, for those of you that were living under a rock a few years ago when it actually launched. The weirdest mascara ever, really. I mean, in theory, if we get my eyes out of the shot, this should focus. Okay, in theory, it is just the same as any other mascara. It's just in a different way, because that is the same thing that you would have on the end of a regular brush. It's just on one of these little doodahs instead of a long wand. So it does exactly the same thing. What I really enjoy about this, and wish that other brands would maybe jump on it a little bit, because although maybe it's a gimmick, I do think there will be people that would find this much easier to control, is you do have so much more control, and it is just that much easier to get that lift. And I didn't find with this, in the same way as I do with other mascaras, that I got it quite so much onto my eyelid, because I'm a really messy mascara. I'm fairly certain that's why I became addicted to liquid eyeliner so long ago, because it really hides that initial skin on your eyelid that you keep catching with the mascara wand. Didn't find that I had that quite so much with this, and I got way more lift. So although this is a gimmicky product, I really enjoyed it. Once upon a time, I'm gonna give it a go for you now. It is a gimmick. Maybe it wasn't that popular. Maybe that's why other brands didn't jump on that bandwagon. However, Avon are still creating this product. I don't know, I like it. Thinking outside the box, making makeup a little bit more fun, and it's still user-friendly. So that is it for this video. Let me know, give me a thumbs up. I've never said that in my YouTube life, I don't think. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this format, if you'd like to see more kind of quick fire stuff like this in the future. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.